So can we actually add people in here? Oh, that's the question. Okay. I see. For the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be doing live videos instead of actual videos, as I feel I get like better results, as in like more engagement and conversation wise. So that's what we're going to be doing going forward. That being said, what is this? Let's get into the topic of growth, especially when we hold others back, I guess you could say. Like, it's definitely holding someone back when we don't release them so that they can grow. That's in my opinion. So let's look at it from a few different perspectives. Say you're in a friend group and one of the friends is going through, let's say, their first relationship. I think back to that moment in my life, and what comes to my mind would be okay, this was like junior high. Oh, excuse my nails, I broke them trying to get everything done. Anyway, what comes to my mind is when I was in junior high and my friend looked at me and said that she didn't want to hear about it. Hello, how are you? Where are you from? So when she told me that she didn't want to hear it and that it was kind of played out, that was my like reset button. That's how I... Good evening, hello. Where are you all from? That was like my reset of like, okay, I need to... Maybe I'm holding myself back, or in a way, if they didn't say that to me, it would be holding me back. I'm in Canada. Cali. Ooh, nice, nice. Georgia. Hello. Okay, so now, at that I'm older, I feel that when someone disrespects you or you feel that your boundaries have been crossed, when we don't let that person know it and separate ourselves, we actually hold them back from being able to grow. What's your opinion on that? Hello, Mexico. My friend lives there. Can you guys hear me okay? I'm not too sure. I have a microphone that I can grab. Oh. Rage, eh? That's not good. That's giving a lot of your power away. 100% you should confront your enemies. But like, are they really enemies? So like, if you take it from that approach, ultimately, even my enemies, I want them to grow. Why? Because it burns more for them to see that I'm happy. And to me, like, that's the best kind of revenge. But I still wish them well. Honestly, like, I really do hope they heal. I'm not showing you my feet. Elber, I think you're on my last live too. I'm just saying. Like, I thought we were past the whole feet thing. I'm just saying. They do. Yes, Carlos, they do. Not everybody, though. I mean, from what I know, I don't do that because I know how valuable trust and giving someone your word and respecting people's boundaries, their limits, the process of, you know, relationships. Thank you for the likes. Thank you. But yeah, I'm still not showing you my feet. So if they lack social skills, the kind of environment that you want to create, do you want to build an environment where they can grow, or would you rather build like that fear or that intimidation? I think being the more welcoming person to flaws, mistakes, be gracious, but don't be naive. You know what I'm saying? Can you see what I'm saying? Oh, Albert must have took away his leg because I didn't show him my feet. I'm just joking, Albert, if you're still on here. Just kidding with you. Okay. That's interesting. I never really thought about it that way. What makes you take that approach or feel that approach is more effective? People should meet you at your level. It's not your responsibility to meet them at theirs. 100% it's not. But I mean, let's say someone's like green into your industry. Are you not going to associate with them because they lack certain skills? Is that what you're saying? So yeah, like 100%. I believe that people need to meet you where you're at, but they also need to show you that initiative that they're taking the proper steps to go in that direction. Like, I'm willing to help anybody. However, I'm not willing to help somebody who's not willing to help themselves. Are you a construction person, Jungle? I'm just curious. Do you work on a construction site? So like, I'm kind of awkward in public situations, like in like big groups. I get anxiety, but I'm easy to talk to. I'm more of a small, close friend kind of person. Oh, you work in kitchens? Okay, that makes sense too, because if you can't handle the heat, get out of the kitchen, right? And there's danger, like, I guess even in construction there's danger too, but I've worked in a kitchen before. Hello, everybody. Are you saying like Snap, like Snapchat? To be fair, I thought we were talking about the dude asking to see if we gets no passes in my bugs. Yeah, but you see, like, I'm just so used to this. Like, I'm so used to it. I don't know how to explain it. I gotta take the good with the bad. Like, he wants to see my feet. Deep down in his heart, he knows it's never gonna happen. So, like, really, who is he? He's only disappointing himself, right? Rob, yes, no, I understand where you're coming from. So, Jungle here. If someone needs your help to get to your level, you had mentioned that it depends if it interferes in any which way with what you're doing. So, like, that tells me there's like a patience thing. Like, if they can keep up with your pace, would you be willing to help them? We all do in some way or another. There's always like those different variables in life that hits us all differently in its own unique way. You too, Andy. Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, so if you scroll up a little bit, he did mention that it depends if it interferes with what he's doing. Like, he would be willing to help them. If he, like, so everybody has their own pet peeves. I can completely understand, like, my dad, when he was in my life, he is super, super impatient. So absolutely everything and anything, they're getting yelled at. So, like, there's no pleasing that man. So I get the whole, if he can keep up with your pace. But I've also worked on construction sites too, so that's like a regular thing as well. But not before self-preservation. 100%. Okay, so I mean, like, it takes a certain kind of person to be able to lend themselves to people like that, to pull them up. And even then, it's like a dance. I would consider it. Because if people aren't putting in as much as you're putting in, you got to back off and let them learn on their own. 100%. Because you're not going to be helping them by babying them through it. It depends if you're dealing with a man or a woman as well. They're both different. Didn't you want awkward conversations so that you get over your anxiety? Hey, there we go. I like that. That's a good turnaround. Sorry, I missed that earlier. But the bead thing threw me off. Do you think if a major disaster happened in the world, most people would lose their shit and go mad max or group together? You know what? I think there's going to be people who are very dominant and there's going to be people who are scared. So we're going to have a bunch of little groups. Very much so like The Walking Dead in a way. But hold up. I don't know if we would actually kill each other given Okay, hold up. Wait, no, because like I'm in Canada, okay? So we have a lot of different ethnicities here, and I'm not racist, and I'm not saying anything like that, but I'm saying that how the world works in certain areas is not the same as it works in other areas. So there's a lot to consider. It depends on who is like, I don't believe in anyone leading. I think everyone should be responsible for themselves. At the same time, are people ready for that responsibility is another thing. I feel the older generations are going to be the ones that are going to go flip and go Mad Max. I really do. Because they've been so conditioned into this safe world that we live in, into this political safeness that is just a facade. Because at the end of the day, if there's an attack, like, it doesn't matter. You're going, like, it's coming. So I don't care what you paid into. I don't care what taxes there is. I don't care what policies there's been into place. Like, if it's happening, it's happening. There's just violet toilet paper and pasta. So like also consider this. So like we're not just dealing with like regular life people. We're also dealing with like the underworld, okay, where there's like gang members and you know what I mean? So like I do feel like there's going to be a huge amount of threat. And personally knowing the mentalities of what those some people are capable of embodying, you're going to be dealing with like psychosis and what safety is. The older generation, I think it would be California or in Canada that would be Alice. You know, even within every alliance, there's still enemies, right? So it depends on the motive. If people can agree on what the motive is and the bigger picture that we're working towards. Because, like, okay, think about it this way. Peace will never be something that is agreed upon. I don't care what anybody says. It's never going to be something we all have, like, can come to one decision. The only decision that we can make is to be peaceful. So when I hear people say that they want world peace, okay, well, like I said before, then be peaceful as an individual. Don't fight with people. If you get triggered, choose not to call them names, lash out. Like the best that people could do is worry about themselves and healing their own traumas. And simultaneously, it's doing the world at the same time. I don't think race has anything to do with it. I'm just saying, like, in some parts of the world, like, the rape culture is normal, right? So why are you on my live if you don't want to hear me talk? I mean, like, if you don't want to join the conversation. I'm just curious. I'm 26 years old. You know, I don't have family really. I have my brother. That's about it. So like I don't have like my mom's gone. My dad don't talk to me. I do have like my aunts and my uncles and stuff, but I mean like as in like growing up wise, family's who you make of it. And I think that like people just need to see some hard truths. Like one of the hard truths was if you want world peace, then be peaceful. That's a hard truth. And having to look at yourself in all the ways that you choose war, even within your own body, is where it starts. War is within you, and you project that outside of you. It depends how they're brought up. Yeah, I understand that. But at the same time, like, what's that movie where like the plane crashes and then they decide like who's gonna die so that they could eat them? There's a movie about this. I've never actually seen it, but my friend brought it up to me. I don't watch TV or movies really, so ever. That being said, like if you kill a whole human being, okay, so like how are you gonna store the meat if you don't have a fridge? So like I was thinking, like, what if you cut off, every individual cuts off an arm and then they burn it so that it doesn't get infected and stuff, and then they just eat that arm until like the next person's up. That way no one has to die. Like that's what my brain thinks. Because like what are you gonna do with all the meat? It's gonna go bad before you eat it all. Right. But you don't have salt. You're on an island. Maybe if there's salt water, but let's say there's no salt water. I'm gonna need. Actually, I don't even know how to cure meat, so I'm just gonna shut up. I don't know what Yellow Jacks is. Is that a show? Like I said, I don't watch TV or anything. Create human beef jerky. But like you're gonna need a dryer, but like I guess you could get like something to make it. Okay, at the end of the day, I'm just saying nobody has to die. It would be a choice. Like yes, there's some benefits. You can make different kinds of meat, but you could do that anyway. So like I don't know, my intention is so that no one has to die, but yet we all still eat and shit. You know, like everyone puts in their. So the reason why I don't watch TV, I was never really interested in it, but now it's more of a decision because I have really vivid dreams. I don't want my dreams to be influenced by what I watch. Or like I want my dreams to strictly be what is in my physical reality instead of influenced by media. Right? I don't know, maybe a leg, who knows? Like, it depends how many people you have on that island with you. Yeah, he's gonna know how to. But he's not a butcher, though. A butcher would know how to properly cut the meat. I don't know about a human, though. There's arteries and stuff. I mean, like, if he bleeds to death after he puts in his leg, like, I mean, it's out of our control. Like, that really has nothing to do with us at that point. I do listen to music, yes. Not very often, though. And I listen to like classical music. What do you think the soft part will be? I don't know anything about me. I don't know. Like tender, you mean? Probably like the thigh. That's what I'm thinking. 100% I do believe music affects or impacts the brain because it's frequency. I listen to Mozart, a lot of classical, or what the heck am I thinking of right now? What is the word I'm thinking of? Oh my goodness. Orchestra. That's what I'm thinking of. I didn't know that. So I have a few friends that make music, and I found that listening to classical music allowed me to, whatever that they were creating, I knew what tones of different instruments. I don't even know what these instruments are called, but like in the moment, it comes to me intuitively, and like, yeah, you kind of have to see it in action. Don't say that about yourself. It's not nice. I like opera. More orchestra though, like or beatboxing. I like beatboxing. That's really good. Yo, seriously, guys, don't talk about yourselves like that. It's not good for your brain. Everybody's smart in their own way. But if you judge a fish on its ability to climb a tree, it's going to believe it's a moron its whole life. Does it make sense? Can you see what I'm saying? But that fish is not dumb. He swims. He's a swimmer. Intelligence in its own lane. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I like it though. I like it. Makes you think a little bit. Everything. I'm not picky. I put everything on my hot dogs. Like the whole 9 yards. Onions, sauerkraut. Whatever you can think of. No, like the fish is intelligent in its own lane. Like a fish can't climb a tree, but a fish can swim. So don't judge yourself compared to others. Judge yourself comparing to who you are as an individual and what you excel at. What skills do you have a tendency to be more inclined to? Okay, so like build on the skills that you already have. And then judge yourself by that, what you did yesterday or the day, you know what I mean? Don't judge yourself compared to what the world, like, fuck society. Not as in, like, don't care about society, but, like, the social hierarchy, throw that shit out the window. Just throw it. Get rid of it. What's your favorite pasta shape and sauce combo? You know, I like the shells. I like those ones, or the little spiral ones, but they have to be the minis, the little tiny ones. And I'm not picky. Like, I don't really like, I'm more steer away from Alfredo. I don't really like Alfredo, but I do like any tomato sauce base. It's good. Mozart is great to listen to through any one starting to. Yeah, his music makes you like brings you back to like when we were all discovering what music is. I feel like it resets the brain to equality, and that's a good place to be. I agree with that. I do agree that it holds people back because they're too busy comparing themselves. That's there for a reason. I'm not trying to say it's not. Like, it is a good place to know where you're navigating in the world. At the same time, when you're growing. So think about it this way. I'm a very active person. I love to walk. If I'm constantly thinking about, am I there yet? Am I there yet? Am I there yet? I'm not enjoying my walk. If I stop and I smell the roses, though, and take my mind off the destination, the journey becomes a lot more enjoyable. Yeah, sure, go ahead. That's okay. Let them. I embrace their weirdness. Like, that's fine. I'm gonna watch TV show now. Thank you. Catch you next time. You said he was impatient. So did that affect you? So I left home at 13. I was super angry with my mom because of the way he treated her. And if I was a 13-year-old and I wasn't okay with it, how the hell could she be okay with it? Right? Like, that's what was going through my mind. But she got sick with cancer and she couldn't get in between my dad and I fighting anymore. So they sent me away to my aunt's house. And so 14 years old, I was on my own because my aunt, I got stuck in a drive-thru, okay? Like, literally, we couldn't go out, we couldn't go, and I had a curfew of 8 o'clock. Anyway, I got there, and then she's like, you're grounded, just gave me, like, shit. So I went upstairs, and I grabbed a backpack and some clothes, and I walked out the door. Because I wasn't about to fight for her to treat me like a human being when, like, I fought for it for my dad and my mom. Didn't happen. So, like, the last thing I was about to do was fight for it from her. So I just went on my way. And I never looked back. My dad doesn't talk to me anymore. That being said, though, I chose to forgive him. And I pretty much, like, just expressed to him that I seeked his safety and protection in different men. And not once did he check in on me. And I think that was the largest impact how that affected me in life. I chose to forgive him in spite of everything and asked if he wanted to restart. And I've never heard from my dad again since that day. So, I mean, like, it's him, his suffering is his own thing. And, like, I actually feel really bad for where he's at because it's very lonely and he's the only one that suffers. I did. I tried to make amends with my dad. He didn't want to make amends with me, so I can't force him. He won't even answer my phone calls. I don't even know where he lives anymore. Like, I really did try though. I did. I gave it my best shot. No, my mom passed away when just after I turned 18. 100%, Roger. Always. And like, I truly do. I even told my dad, I was like, yo, you're gonna come live with me when you're old. I'm still gonna take care of you. And he told me he would rather shoot himself in the head before he ever came and lived with me. So I was like, ow. I'm not gonna treat him bad though. I feel like to me, like that would be my ultimate revenge, is to show him so much love that he realizes that he's the reason for his own suffering. So you got to think about, we're always like, the world is always reflecting back to us. So do you get frustrated even when you're alone? Or are you impatient even when you're alone? Like, are you impatient with yourself? It's like I have a good reason. It's like I have a good reason for what I do. I don't see it bothers others. Is what I ask about the dead. Okay, so hold on, let me just kind of, if I'm allowed, like, I'm just gonna like read the energy a little bit. What makes you, like, what triggers the impatience? Is it like when you're putting things away and they don't fit into an area, do you tend to lash out? So like me, like for instance, when I was younger, I wanted this saw to go into a certain spot and it wouldn't go into that certain spot. So I started smashing it like into that spot. Or is your impatience more of a like short fused in regards to like mistakes or when something isn't understood properly? And it's more of like a snappy. Because they should know you well enough by now, right? Okay, I get it. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so like from someone who is like hyper vigilant and pays attention, it's like, but it's me or them. Yes, like it's me. Okay, so like usually like impatience always comes from something within yourself. Okay, so it's probably not, it's just a switch in perspective, right? You got to go down to the root of like where the impatience comes from. Are you portraying a reaction that was taught to you from when you were growing up, what you've seen? Because remember, anger is a secondary emotion. No one teaches us what anger is. As a child, we visually learn what anger is and what reaction is suitable for certain reactions. So my question to you is that your authentic self, or is that something that you took on and adopted from what you've seen growing up? Hi, Kevin. That's fair. That's fair. That's a loaded question. It really brings you back to, like, you really got to think about that one. I know I did, because that's what I was doing for the longest time. Woo! Sorry about that. And then from there, like, let's say it is an adopted reaction or adopted behavior. Bring yourself back to those, if you can, as far back as you can remember, to when those needs, when you receive that reaction from one of your caregivers, because that's where the root of your anger and your impatience actually lies. My mom was on Jefferson with me a lot, and I stayed with people a lot. My uncles were violent. It's like I don't like being messed with. Okay, so in those moments when your needs as a child weren't met, that's the anger. That's the root of it. That's where it's coming from, the impatience, because you weren't provided for in the way that you needed. Therefore, you carry that throughout your whole life, and it projects into your world in different ways. Hi, Jimmy. No, it's not about, it's, yes, discipline your children, and yes, understand boundaries, but at the same time, want to know what's more important, or like want to know what follows. Like, that's the secondary step, your needs, knowing how to fill your own needs, and then also making sure that you're providing and fulfilling your child's needs. And then comes boundaries, and then comes situational awareness, right? Because children do what they see, but they hold trauma, and they hold resentment, and they don't understand what they're feeling when they're not provided for in the ways that they need, because they don't know how to express it. But to receive love from their caregivers, they abandon themselves to please their caregiver. Because they're dependent. They're dependent to survive. So that's what we do. Like, when we're younger, I know it sucks to look at it that way, and it doesn't mean that you're a bad parent in any which way. I'm not saying that. There's no such thing as a perfect parent. However, a lot of the roots come from around that time. I don't know if you're ready to hear the, like, Rob, I'm not trying to, that's like a lot of information in like one sitting, but I'm happy that you're curious and asking these questions. So just let me know if you want to stop talking about it at any point, Elle. No, I'm saying, like, if you want me to, like, if that's, sometimes I go like too deep into things, and then people, it makes them like, not uncomfortable, but like, it's just a lot of information to take in. So if I'm going too far, just let me know. Like, I'll shut up, not you, me. But if you want to continue talking, it's all good. I wouldn't talk if I didn't want to. Fair enough, fair enough. But what about the children that are like, let's say they're more to themselves, or they, speak coming from my perspective, I was an odd child. I didn't want to be around people, ever. I was like a loner. But that was where I was happy. That being said, think about it this way. Like, so when I was younger and I was getting bullied at school, I went to my dad and I asked him if I was pretty. And my dad's response to it was, yeah, pretty ugly. Which, thick skin, yes. But at the same time, at that age, what was I, like grade 2? Super young. That was like really impactful. That really hurt my feelings. So like growing up, I just felt like I couldn't go to my dad. Like I felt like I couldn't go to anyone really to get the support that I needed. Therefore, I kept it all inside. How it's affected my brother is a lot different than the way it's affected me. I am constantly seeking inner peace, and I went to every measure possible within myself till I found it. I went through every single contradiction. I defined every single up, down, sideways, left, right. Like I can, if you give me anything that is like within conflict within yourself, I have it mapped out. And like, I'm not saying my map is the same as yours, but I know what questions that will help define yours. Yeah, we do, 100%. But I mean, like, I'm just making sure that everybody's good, especially when I go into like deeper things like that. Oh, you mean in regards to my dad? I see. He was just being like, he was a drunk too, you know what I mean? So I mean, like, yeah, like I get the joke, but when you're a kid, like I honestly, I support that, and I wouldn't have changed that experience. The only thing that I would do different as a parent is after making a comment like that, pulling your kid aside privately and asking them, hey, are you actually okay? Because I wouldn't have talked about it in front of people. In private is a whole nother story. Like, give your kids thick skin, bug them, don't be easy on them, but also don't forget like they're children and they need love, and sometimes you just got to be a little compassionate. All good. Like, does that help put it into perspective? Like, be impatient. Like, don't change the way that you're doing things. If anything, just add the whole private part, like pull them aside and just do like a little check-in, you know, like the whole like, you're good, I'm good, we're good, you know. Yeah, when you're like, after you're done with the impatience part, because like that goes, I'm not sure if it lasts for you. Like, do you get over it pretty quickly? Oh, and then here's another perspective. Okay, so like when you're impatient, okay, so in those moments that you're impatient, is it enjoyable for you? Hello, Jacob. So you also got to take into consideration, I'm not trying to laugh at you. I see the humor in things, so don't, yeah. But at the same time, Kate, so are you making your own life harder? What kind of experiences do you want to have? You're the operator of that. You're in the driver's seat. So at some point, you got to ask yourself, if I'm not having a good time, then what the fuck am I doing? Get real with yourself about what is important. Like maybe, have you done a values assessment? I did a values assessment. I'm telling you, it changed my life. I have a link. I paid for the whole program, so I don't know. I'll put it in the first comment on this video when it goes onto my page. If you want to click it, it gives you the access to the whole thing. It's free. Or if you want to get like a report, which you don't have to buy, it's a $14.99. That being said, like knowing what my 5 core values were changed my life. So that's like that rage that you're experiencing is from the time, like it's from when you were a child and your needs didn't get met. When every single time that your mom left you somewhere, or you experienced the unsafe environment that your uncle's violence created, that rage is coming from those memories. So it would make sense why you get so angry, because I think every single year that it's not acknowledged and dealt with, it grows, because it's your emotions begging you to see them. It's your body calling out to you, screaming out to you, I need to be loved because no one has ever loved me or acknowledged this pain within me. And like, no one's gonna do it for you but yourself. Like, you have to become that parent that you never had for your inner child. It's a thing. It's a real thing. Yeah, see? Because like, it's okay to like it's okay to be hard on them, but like always like remember, like, we're soft. We need to feel seen. My sister or brother, then I'll start thinking of being younger. Okay, so but like, hold on. Rewrite your story, rewrite your narrative, okay? So you can experience what happened, or you can be the skills and the processing that you have now. You got to put yourself back into that state. So like, when you think of that time when you're being messed with, how would you intervene and stop it as an adult? How would you have seen yourself and asked yourself, what would you have done for yourself in those moments so that it would be different? And that's how you're gonna love and nurture yourself, to know that like, you don't have to be angry anymore. You are worthy of having a good life, and you deserve to have a good life and happy experiences, because you're not there anymore. You got to forgive your mom. You got to forgive yourself for being helpless in those situations, because like, a part of us is also mad that we couldn't help ourselves. We blame ourselves because there's no one else to blame. Of course, we blame our parents as well too, but the forgiveness of self is literally in every aspect of trauma. Yeah, right? But you got to give yourself that closure. You're not going to get the closure from outside of you. So think about like ways you can give yourself that. For me, it was like letting myself experience that helplessness, letting myself experience that being scared, uncertain, and disappointment. Let yourself experience all those things and know that you're not there anymore, so you don't have to stay stuck there. Accept it though. That you need to accept it. It's really uncomfortable, I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna give you like this kind of like sick feeling in the pit of your stomach. It's normal. It's okay. Don't resist it. And just say like, it's okay. Just tell yourself it's okay to feel that. It's okay to be there. It's okay that that happened because you're not there anymore. And you would never do that to another individual. It's okay. Okay, so I mean, like, if they're the ones that inflicted it on you. So, like, when people cause me pain or, like, they do something wrong to me, I block those people. I don't give a fuck if you're my family. I don't, like, if, if the unforgivable betrayal has been done, I don't even associate. It's not good for them. It's not good for me. It's not good for anybody. You know what I mean? Like, people, everyone has that line, like, that where you can't, there's a fine line between love and hate. Once it crosses over into hate, there's no coming back from that. You can try, but no. So honor yourself, honor your needs, honor your boundaries, honor what you need, because that's another form of nurturing yourself and giving yourself the love that you deserve. We're all broken 100%, but I mean, like, have you told yourself that it's okay? What happened is, oh, like, it's okay that happened. Like, I'm accepting that's a part of my life. And I'm also accepting that I'm not there anymore. That I'm ready to move on. I understand. And like, so like the most you can do is just not associate with them, but you still need to accept that that was a part of your life. Because if you stay in the state of denial, the only time that we get like really frustrated or like panicked or upset, or not obsessive, but like when it affects us emotionally is when we resist what is. Like, so for instance, like say someone's breaking up with you, okay? It could be really traumatic and like you could be like, but why? But like, is them saying that to you one more time gonna make it hurt any less? No, it's not. So, or like, let's say my cat, something happens to my cat and I'm like super upset about it. I could sit in that emotion of acceptance of what I'm experiencing, or I can resist it and make it worse. Does, like, you see what I'm saying there? Acceptance is like the hugest, oh my God. Okay, so think about it this way. For all the things in the world that exist, when you experience them, is another form of acceptance. So I believe acceptance is an emotion, and it's the widest range of duality. It's absolutely astonishing the different forms of acceptance that exist. And how many of them, like every single time, my mom dying, I had to accept that. That was a different form of acceptance. Me getting kicked out at 14 years old, or 13, leaving at 14. Different form of acceptance. Knowing that no one's coming to save me. Different form of acceptance. You know what I mean? Like, these are all different, like, feelings inside. Okay, so like, what are you creating going forward though? What would you like to create going forward? I understand it's not enjoyable, and I know you want it. So be the change that you want to see. Every single time that you feel triggered, there's something called an emotional wheel. I use it in my daily life, and I ask myself, like, am I actually angry right now? Because it's not. I dropped my phone. What did she say? Which part? I don't know how the feedback is. What did you hear last? Oh, I asked you, like, what are you creating going forward, though? Like, what would you like to create? So that's your past. That's what you experienced. But you're not that. You don't have to be that. You're allowed to be and create whatever you like. So that's why I say family is not necessarily blood, but it's who understands you, who gets you, who goes through the hard times and the good times with you, right? And is you know that this one being so impatient is holding you back from creating what you would like to create. That being said, do you think some of that impatience is towards yourself? Because you feel like that you should be different and feel different. Well, we already know that. You said that you shouldn't get so angry over something. So, like, remember that rage that you're feeling is not only towards what's happening, but it's also towards yourself. Hold on. I got it. I want to be different. I'm just impatient. People can't stand being around me. Listening to me. Yeah, if it was me, I'm sorry, but I would just laugh at you and be like, "How do you feel? Like, are you done?" Yeah, like. But like, you should be asking yourself these things as you're going through it. So as soon as you get angry and you feel that rage, like fury within yourself, start making fun of yourself. Be like, "Oh shit, here we go again." Like, but like, say this to yourself in your head, okay? Like, counteract it. Make yourself laugh before, like, learn, like, see your humility through your rage, right? And if you could see your own humility as you're raging, the quicker you'll de-escalate yourself. I hope you can see what I'm saying there, and I have a funny feeling that will really help. So you're saying doing good people. Sorry, can you say that? So you're saying things good people to be around. Oh, things good people to be around. So you're saying I don't understand what the question. Yeah, be around good people. Like, don't go find your people. Like, you know, you have to, like, I had to go through a lot of bad people and like get really good at pattern recognition before I found like good people, man. Like, honestly, like, I had to find, out of everyone, out of my whole hustling career and everything like that, like from when I was 14 years old all the way to 2019 when my boyfriend got murdered. Want to know how many people I met throughout that time and how many are in my life today? Three people. So I found 3 people out of like 12 years of experience. That's all I'm saying. Surrounding yourself with better people. Go on. Finish. Don't. Oh, hold on. I want to be different, but impatient. People can't stand me. Okay. I need you to finish what you're saying, Rob. No rush. Take your time. No rush. No, I would stick around the people that you're with currently until you become immune to the triggers. Learn to grow in the dark. And that's when you know you've outgrown your environment, when it no longer affects you in any which, because you want to become unfuckable with, right? Like the most dangerous weapon in my opinion is when people can't fuck with you mentally or emotionally, because those are the two things that influence us to attack each other physically. I want you to tolerate yourself is what I'm asking you to do. I'm not saying like, okay, if it's absolutely toxic, 100%, leave the environment, go establish yourself in an area where you can be in solitude. So like, I'm not saying, all I'm saying is like grow with where you're at, because like sometimes we can burn bridges with new people that we meet and we don't intentionally do that, but when we have like we give off a bad first impression, we want to try and avoid that, right? So the best way to avoid that is to be either A, in solitude until you're able to work through your triggers, or B, stay where you are until you can see through the trigger, right? So once you see through a trigger, it no longer triggers you, because you know how they're hurting, and you actually know that what they're doing has nothing to do with you. So in your instance, you have to see how what you're doing when you rage has nothing to do with them and everything to do within yourself, right? It's the same thing, but just reverse. Sorry about that. I know. Let me go back and see. So I'm new to the channel. What's going on? Hello. Okay, so we're talking about just life instances. So right now, currently, we are having a conversation about impatience and how it can affect those around us. Yeah, 100%. You want to find people that want to like grow with you, but you have to be willing to meet them there, right? No, Rob, you're good. You're good. This is a conversation. Rob, if you want to, reach out to me on my email. If you go to my channel, you'll see the, like, I think it's in the about. And then if you hit contact, it has my email there. Shoot me an email. Thank you very much. I appreciate the compliment. If you guys got value out of this conversation, make sure that you hit the like and subscribe button. That being said, so I work 24 hours a day. I manage a motel, and I have to go wash floors because I like very last minute. I even broke 2 nails doing it. I had to like water the garden and I had to run back in to do this live, but I do have to go finish washing the floors in the suites. So I appreciate you all and thank you so much for being here. I will be live again next Friday. Okay, you're not trying to sell me anything, right? No, not at all. No, nothing like that. Like no selling in those, no tarot cards, no nothing, no. Like what I do, I don't really like F with tarot cards, to be honest with you. Like I have crystals and stuff, but like that's just because they're pretty. And everything that I do, like I'm just intuitive as is. Like I don't need cards like to pick up and read someone's energy, but I also don't read energy without being invited. I try my best not to. Yes, please, like come to the next live next Friday. Check out my videos too. I talk a lot about like the 6 aspects of self and how like we have our physical, mental, and emotional. within ourselves and then external of ourselves that we have to kind of make into a congruent flow. But yeah, like I said, I gotta go clean up these rooms. So I appreciate you all. I love you all. Thank you for engaging. And sorry, no, don't be sorry. I thoroughly enjoyed this conversation. This was great. This was awesome. And I'll see you guys next Friday, okay? Okay, see you. Rob, don't be sorry, please. Like I said, I enjoyed this conversation. Okay, see you.